Dear friends, have you ever wondered why some people live well into their 90s or even 100, looking vibrant and full of life despite eating simple, modest meals? They don't rely on fancy supplements or expensive health products, yet their cheeks stay rosy, their minds sharp, their eyes bright, and their steps lively. What's their secret? The answer lies in the everyday foods around us, especially fruits and simple staples. But not just any foods. There are 4 incredible, affordable, and easy-to-find items that many of us have eaten, but few realize hold the key to boosting overall health. These treasures can brighten your eyes, strengthen your heart, improve your sleep, and even lower the risk of stroke, memory loss, and other conditions that can make aging feel heavy and isolating. In today's fast-paced world, where many of us sit too much, eat too much red meat, processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats, we're seeing more heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and chronic insomnia. Some people feel frail before they even reach old age. But here's the good news. By choosing the right foods, your body can slowly recover, your immune system can strengthen, and most importantly, you can live joyfully and healthily with your loved ones every day. In this video, I'm Dr. Thomas with over 15 years of experience caring for seniors' health, and I'm excited to share with you 4 golden foods. These aren't old wives' tales or trendy fads. They're backed by modern science and traditional wisdom for their ability to extend life, promote deep sleep, sharpen memory, stabilize blood pressure, and keep your eyes sparkling. You'll be amazed at how simple eating can lead to a longer, healthier life. If you care about your well-being and that of your family, please hit the subscribe button for living disease-free. Give this video a like, and leave the number subscribers in the C comments to let us know you're with us. Share this with others because health is the greatest gift we can nurture and pass on. Let's start with the humble egg, a true superfood. Ancient wisdom teaches that to nurture your health, you must first nurture what you eat, as food is the foundation of vitality and spirit. In traditional medicine, eggs are considered a neutral, balancing food that boosts energy, nourishes blood, calms the mind, and supports digestion and vision. A renowned physician once wrote that eggs, with their sweet flavor and gentle nature, strengthen vitality, support digestion, brighten eyes, and soothe the spirit. Our ancestors, who lived simply without modern wealth, often reached 100 by embracing the simplicity of wholesome foods like eggs. They didn't chase exotic delicacies but valued what nature provided, and that was their secret to longevity. I still remember the days when times were tough, and a single egg was more precious than gold. For someone recovering from illness, childbirth, or old age, a boiled egg was a lifeline, a way to restore strength. Back then, eggs weren't just food, they were medicine. Today, with eggs so abundant, we often overlook their value. Some even avoid them, fearing cholesterol or heart issues, not realizing they're passing up a gift from nature. Let me tell you about my friend James, a sharp guy who worked as an accountant for a local co-op. His family wasn't wealthy, but he was thoughtful and forward-thinking. Whenever there were eggs in the kitchen, he'd make sure everyone, especially his elderly mother, got their share. He'd say, "Mom's extra days are thanks to these eggs." It sounded like a joke, but James learned this from his grandfather, a herbalist who always said, "Food is your medicine, eat wisely and you'll rarely be sick." When James hit 60, he had a health scare, a severe episode that left him coughing up blood and struggling with heart issues. Everyone thought he wouldn't pull through, especially since he'd been a heavy drinker, stayed up late, and ate carelessly. But his youngest daughter took charge, giving him a boiled egg with a light breakfast every morning. After 3 months, his strength returned noticeably. When he went for a checkup, his doctor was stunned. His good cholesterol was up, and his bad cholesterol was down. That simple egg was the key to saving his life. When I asked James his secret to bouncing back, he laughed and said, "Nothing fancy, just cut back on junk food, sleep early, and eat an egg every morning. That's enough to live long." He's onto something. Eggs are packed with easily absorbed protein, vitamin A for sharp vision, vitamin D for strong bones, vitamin E for heart health, B vitamins for nerves, and choline, a nutrient that protects brain cells and reduces the risk of Alzheimer's, a fear for many as we age. I once met an inspiring woman named Margaret at a local community center. Nearly 80, she radiated joy, her face glowing despite her age. Over tea, she shared that she's eaten 3 eggs a week for over 40 years. She said, "No food keeps my memory sharp like eggs. I can still read fine print and recite long passages from my favorite books." I believe her, but here's the catch. Eggs must be eaten wisely. Some folks, perfectly healthy, eat 2 or 3 eggs daily with greasy meats or processed foods, which can backfire. For older adults, 3 to 4 eggs a week is plenty. Boiled eggs are best. Avoid frying them in lots of oil or eating them raw, which isn't ideal. As the ancients said, eat only what your body needs. That's the true path to health. Through all my years, I've learned one thing. Those who cherish every meal, every egg, are the ones who cherish life itself. So if you're still healthy and thriving, don't overlook the small things. Sometimes the tiniest choices like eating an egg today preserve a sharp mind tomorrow. Next up is the jujube fruit, also known as red dates, a gem for blood health and restful sleep. Ancient teachings emphasize that a good night's sleep is essential for vitality, as it's when your body restores balance and your spirit finds peace. Without proper sleep, your mind grows restless, your energy stagnates, and over time, illness creeps in. Among countless remedies, jujubes stand out as a prized ingredient in traditional medicine, known for nourishing blood, calming the mind, supporting deep sleep, and soothing nerves. Famous physician once noted that jujubes, with their sweet warmth, strengthen digestion, enrich blood, harmonize the body's organs, and promote balance, the foundation of a healthy, peaceful life. Our ancestors didn't eat jujubes for taste, but for their ability to ensure restful sleep and robust health. I went through a rough patch with insomnia once. Nights were endless. I'd barely doze off for an hour before waking, heart racing, drenched in sweat, my mind spinning with worries about family, kids, or old memories. The worst part of aging isn't a weak body, it's a mind that never rests. Even if I did nothing all day, I felt like I'd run a marathon by night. One day I was venting at the park when an elderly neighbor, wise beyond his 90 years, overheard me. He leaned in and said, "Your problem is a restless mind. A scattered mind can't sleep. Go home, brew some jujube tea every night, breathe deeply, and let go of life's worries." His words hit me like a wake-up call. I followed his advice. Every evening I soaked 5 to 7 dried jujubes in warm water, washed them, boiled them with a few slices of ginger, and drank the warm, soothing tea. Then I'd sit quietly for 10 minutes, focusing on my breath. It wasn't easy at first, but within a week I was sleeping again. Not perfectly, but enough to stop tossing and turning. Mornings felt lighter, my head clearer, my eyes less foggy. Jujubes are loaded with vitamin C, B1 and B2, plus calcium, iron, phosphorus, and flavonoids, all of which boost red blood cells, improve brain circulation, and calm overactive nerves. They're like a soft pillow for your mind at night, especially for older folks prone to weakness, forgetfulness, or headaches. My cousin Helen, known in our neighborhood for her endless worrying, was a perfect example. With a big family, she was always fretting about her kids' jobs, marriages, or finances. She barely slept past 1 a.m., waking up exhausted, her skin sallow, her memory slipping. Her grandkids took her to doctors, but the pills didn't help much. Then her granddaughter, who studied holistic health, suggested jujube tea daily. Helen started drinking it instead of her usual coffee, paired it with morning walks, and stopped obsessing over family drama. Her mood stabilized, and one day she amazed me by recalling a story from 30 years ago, down to the names of old neighbors. She smiled and said, "I don't worry anymore. What comes, comes. Worrying only hurts me." That was a revelation. Sometimes letting go starts with restful sleep, but a word of caution. While jujubes are fantastic, they're not for everyone. People with diabetes or those prone to mouth sores or internal heat should use them sparingly. as they can raise blood sugar or cause discomfort. Stick to 3 to 5 jujubes at a time, brewed into tea or added to soups. Don't treat them as a meal replacement or a miracle cure. As the ancients said, calming the mind is greater than nourishing the body. Jujubes don't just soothe nerves. They're like a gentle guide, helping us release the burdens of a long life. So don't wait until your mind is exhausted to rest, or until pills fail to turn to natural remedies. Jujubes' gentle sweetness isn't just in taste, it's in the peace they bring to your soul at night. If this resonates with you, like this video, subscribe to Living Disease Free, and leave a 3 in the comments to share your thoughts. Now, let's talk about pumpkin, a true longevity food. Ancient wisdom holds that in nurturing health, food is the foundation, and among foods, those with golden hues are especially prized. In traditional medicine, pumpkin, known as a warm, sweet non-toxic food, strengthens digestion, boosts energy, lubricates the lungs, and enhances vision. It's recorded that pumpkin fortifies vitality, reduces inflammation, supports kidney function, and balances blood flow. Our ancestors saw it as a versatile treasure, both food and medicine. In lean times, a single pumpkin was as valuable as gold, not just for filling bellies but for nourishing vitality, improving eyesight, lowering blood pressure, and sustaining those who lived long, healthy lives. As a kid, I couldn't stand pumpkin. Whether it was Mom's pumpkin soup with shrimp or her green bean pumpkin dessert, I'd pretend I was full and slip away. It wasn't until my hair grayed and my eyes dimmed that I realized I'd been foolish to shun such a powerful food. My wake-up call came after a dizzy spell landed me in the hospital. The doctor warned me my blood pressure was dangerously high, my heart rhythm irregular, and my brain's blood vessels narrowing. He said plainly, "Meat won't save your arteries, but pumpkin might." From that day, I asked my daughter to cook pumpkin weekly, steamed, in soups with mushrooms, or even mashed for breakfast. After a few weeks, I felt lighter, slept better, my blood pressure stabilized, and my eyes didn't tire as quickly. Even my dry, wrinkled hands softened. I finally understood my father's saying, "You become what you eat. Eat wholesome, and you'll be wholesome." I once ran into an old friend, Mike, back in my hometown. He looked frail, his skin sallow, his teeth nearly gone, his eyes glassy. He was battling cataracts, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. His diet? Heavy on meat, light on veggies, with barely any fruit or pumpkin in sight. I told him, "Mike, pumpkin's cheap at the market, but it's worth more than fancy pills. It helps your eyes, lowers pressure, detoxes, even fights cancer. Don't wait until you're sicker to start." He nodded, like he'd just woken up, and said, "I've eaten everything but the one thing I needed most." Pumpkin's beta-carotene and lutein fight aging, neutralize free radicals, and reduce the risk of colon and liver cancer in people over 60. Dr. Thomas advises steaming or boiling pumpkin to preserve its nutrients. Frying diminishes its benefits. My granddaughter, a nurse, once said, "People get sick because they eat wrong when they're healthy. Older folks need to eat carefully, and pumpkin's a superfood nobody eats enough of." Moderation is key, though. I knew someone who ate pumpkin daily and ended up with yellowish skin from excess beta-carotene. She stopped for a few weeks, and it cleared up. As the ancients said, "Nourish wisely, greed backfires." Now, every bowl of warm pumpkin soup feels like a hug from nature, a reminder to live slowly and fully. If you're inspired, hit like, subscribe to Living Disease Free, and drop a 4 in the comments to join us. Finally, let's talk about tomatoes, a fruit that beautifies skin and fights disease. Ancient teachings say that to maintain a youthful appearance, you must first nurture your body and spirit. A famous physician wrote that clear skin and vitality come from cooling the body, boosting blood flow, and detoxing. Tomatoes, known in traditional medicine as a cooling, blood-nourishing fruit, are perfect for dry skin, high blood pressure, or internal heat. Our ancestors used ripe tomatoes in soups or juiced them for breakfast to keep skin glowing, spirits high, and organs healthy. Tomatoes aren't just for beauty, They strengthen vitality and the heart from within. There was a time I looked in the mirror and barely recognized myself. Dry skin, sunken eyes, wrinkles on my forehead and splotchy cheeks. I felt a decade older after a year of poor sleep, erratic eating, and endless worry. At a checkup, my doctor flagged slightly high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, and a severe vitamin C deficiency. He urged me to eat more fruits and veggies, singling out tomatoes as a cheap, powerful choice for seniors. My wife started adding them to our meals, sliced with boiled eggs and a pinch of salt, in soups with greens, or as a salad with olive oil. I began drinking a glass of tomato juice with a touch of honey each morning, sweet, cool, and refreshing. Within a month, my skin softened, my cheeks glowed, my eyes brightened, and I slept deeply. The constant heat in my body faded, my mouth sores vanished, and I felt alive again when I looked in the mirror. I'll never forget my neighbor Clara, who lived alone but always looked radiant. Her skin was smoother than most her age. When I asked her secret, she laughed and said, "I don't pamper my skin, I nourish my vitality. Tomatoes are nature's blood, and they sink in deep." For over 20 years, she ate tomatoes daily. No creams, no fuss. Research shows tomatoes' lycopene, a potent antioxidant, helps prevent prostate, lung, and breast cancers. Their vitamins: C and potassium stabilize blood pressure, clean arteries, and reduce stroke risk. I used to think tomatoes were just for pretty dishes. Now I know their red hue signals vitality. Someone once asked if I got tired of tomato juice. I laughed. You don't tire of medicine, so why tire of nature's gift? Cooking tomatoes with olive or peanut oil boosts lycopene absorption, but avoid raw tomatoes if you have a sensitive stomach. 3 to 4 tomatoes a week spread out is plenty. Too many can cause bloating or digestive issues. As the ancients said, nourish early, and you'll live with peace, not pills. Tomatoes are humble but powerful, a daily reminder to nurture both body and soul. Dear friends, life may not give us everything, but it quietly offers treasures in simple foods we often overlook. Eggs, jujubes, pumpkins, and tomatoes. These humble gifts carry the wisdom of ages, protecting your eyes, heart, and mind, while promoting deep sleep and warding off disease. The key isn't eating more, but eating wisely, with understanding, so every meal nourishes not just your body, but your spirit. In our later years, a restful sleep, a calm mind, and a healthy body are the greatest blessings. If this video touched you, please subscribe to Living Disease Free. Hit like and drop a 6 in the comments to spread the word. Share this with friends and family so we can all live stronger, happier, and longer together. Here's to vibrant health, peaceful hearts, and restful nights as gentle as an autumn breeze.